Mel Harris, Garbage Man Piper. We are going to do a cigar rating. An Arturo Fuente Florfina 858 Anniversary Natural. I don't know why I'm him-hawing about it. This used to be my favorite cigar. We're going to find out if it still is. This was the first cigar I ever rated in my book. So, we'll see you after the intro. All right, I'm back. We just got into the second third. Let me show you on the book. Again, using Cigars Daily. So, again, I've already reviewed this once. I reviewed it, I gave it an 88. So I marked the you can see I'm right. I just finished the first third. Just right there. So, anyhow, just remembering how well these cigars are built. The ash dropped off. It was beautiful. Almost had it, and then it fell off. When I went to get the cigar, I went to get the Cigar Taste Aroma Wheel. So I was watching a live that Unicorn Piper Ben did yesterday evening. And so I was just listening to him. And he's been kind enough to correct any mistakes that I happen to make on the ratings, which is great. That's how I learn. So Ben, very much appreciated. I by no means know what the heck I'm doing. I am just rating cigars as I see me rating them. So, but I remember what a pleasure these are to smoke. I mean, they pretty much smoke themselves. They just burn even. Just a great cigar to smoke. Last time I gave the wrapper a 3 out of 5. Since I've learned about what they're talking about when they talk about a wrapper, they're not so much talking about is it pretty, is it well constructed, is it I mean, there's a little crack here where the heat is starting to get to it. But for the most part, this has been in my cellar, I don't know, 10 months. And I'm not the best at keeping things absolutely perfect. They range from 65, 68, and it's in my Winador, which is usually about 65. The first time I did it, I ranked it a 13 out of 5. I ranked it a 5 out of 5 this time. The band, 4 out of 4. Firmness, well-built cigar, 3 out of 3. The oils, Cameroons are kind of known for their oily wrappers, kind of a dark wrapper. I know I'm going to have an issue with this, so I'm probably going to rank it down just a hair. 4 out of 5 on the wrapper, so we're going to be 14 out of 15. And again, that could be, who knows, when I pulled the wrapper off or what, or it's just drying out. But doesn't look like it's going to be that big of a deal. This thing, just the way it's made, it just burns pristine, just level. Nice white ash. Again, a pleasure to smoke. I gave it a 5 out of 5 on the light. The first time I smoked it, I gave it an 8 out of 10 on the burn. At this point, it's working on a 10 out of 10. The draw is smooth. No surprise there. I didn't cut as much of the end off. I was watching Nick Perdomo's, and he was talking about how much of that cap actually to cut off. And pretty much just the cap. You don't really need to dig too far into the cigar. Now, I've had some that I've had to nip off a half an inch, but anyways, so we're well into the smoking characteristics. We still got to do flavor and overall impression. Again, the draw is smooth. One thing I was listening to Ben, Unicorn Piper, he said, grab yourself a cigar taste aroma wheel, and instead of just saying, and this is what it looks like, and I just Googled it, cigar aroma wheel. This one's a very simple one. They've got some much more complex ones that I could have printed, and I'm like, I'm a simple guy. Let's just keep it simple. But there is a note, for example, earthiness, right there on the retro hell. Got some earthiness. Well, they're saying expand what earthiness means to you. Are you saying it's toasty? Are you saying it's leathery? Is it got a tea flavor to it? For me, that earthiness was kind of more of a leathery taste. The other thing Ben was saying when it said spicy, what does that spicy mean? Is it pepper, clove? Is it ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, licorice? So anyways, Ben, I just want to reach out and say thank you. If you've not subbed the Unicorn Piper, go and sub Ben. Wealth of knowledge. He's very methodic when he makes a purchase. When I first started with the YTPC, I think I bought everything he recommended because I knew he did the homework, right? And for me, I'm ready, fire, aim. So I needed to latch on to somebody I felt like knew what they were talking about. And that was Ben. So hence, he got me started on Virginias and Vapors and certain kinds of maybe burley blends he liked, which were rare. So Ben, thank you very much. I appreciate that. When it talks about sweet, are you talking about honey, molasses, syrup? When you say floral, are you saying rose, jasmine, balsa, mint, citrus, and fruit? Are you saying lime, lemon, orange, coconut, apple, pear? When you say creamy, are you saying buttery, buttery and vanillary and almondery? Buttery, vanilla, or almond? And when you say caramel, are you saying chocolate, toffee, or coffee? So just a real simple, and I'm just going to keep this in the book. And when I'm trying to pick out flavors, and see, to me, one of the things I really search for in a cigar is that earthiness or leathery, that leathery sense on my retro hell. I don't get a whole lot of the mouthfeel, but again, I was listening to Ben tonight, and he was kind of giving some different tasting methods and cleansing the palate and trying certain things. And of course, I'm always going to experiment with that. I just seemed the dominant flavor to me in cigars, and it seems like I can almost pull it out of any cigar I look for it, is that leathery note. So when somebody says, oh, it's kind of woodsy, well, are you saying papery? Are you saying pine, oak, cedar? And frankly, when Ben was talking about, oh, there's a great cedar note, I mean, it was pronounced. To me, I'm like going, I need to go burn some cedar. You know, I've got cigars that have cedar on them. I need to light up the cedar. And I need to smell different things, you know, so that I can really put it in there. But closing your eyes when you're retrohelling or you're trying to just pick those flavors out. So learned a lot. It was like a 2-hour live. So it was good. It was good. So as far as the wrapper, this is a Cameroon wrapper from Cameroon. The filler is Dominican and the binder is Dominican. It's right at a 27 ring gauge. I am pairing it with sun tea. Gay and I just got done playing with the railroad ties tonight. Setting them up and leveling them. We got 2 in, 3 out of 10. But it's those first ones. If they're not correct, there's nothing's going to be correct. It's all about the foundation. So we got 2 in and they're level, and that is sweet chicken baby. It literally took us Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and half of this evening to get all the grass up with that little rotor tiller. And I'm telling you, that rotor tiller is the brand of it is a Sun Joe. I'll show it to you. I mean, it doesn't look like much and it's dark, but dang, for what that thing is, for 131 bucks, I'm telling you, it was worth every penny of it. And since it's electrical, it's got that high torque capacity. It just attacks whatever you put to it. And it was awesome. I had never really used a rotor tiller before, and I was impressed. And for a light rotor tiller, I mean, a lot of rotor tillers do their work by turning in weight. This thing's just, I don't know how we would have done it, shoveling it and turning it over. That being said, that's parts done. We're now putting up ties. Hey, if anybody has got any ideas, we're wanting to put some kind of a grass barrier, not grass barrier, but a barrier for grass and weeds not to grow up out of, so that we can kind of cut the holes in the mat. I know there's stuff out there, and I know, but if anybody's got something that really works, I mean, everybody has told us everything from newspaper. Our main focus is around the edges. We dug and dug down and around the edges to get all the roots we could, but you know how that goes. Drop me a line if you've got something that has worked for you. Got a little bit, I mean, for the most part, I'd call that even. But I'll be back on the last third. All right, well, let's finish this bad boy. I am into it, way into the third. I kind of got carried away. I got distracted watching some videos, and I started looking down going, man, we got to finish this thing. So as far as presentation goes, we did 4 out of 15. On the smoking characteristics, we were 23 out of 23. Light was awesome. The burn was crazy amazing. You know, if I enjoy a cigar, I've got this stick in it. It's a fork on the end because I'm trying to milk it for everything I can get. Draw 8 out of 8, smooth draw. So on flavor, As far as consistency goes, this stick is just consistent as the day is long. I gave it 8 out of 9. Flavor quality, I could follow that leathery note throughout the whole stick. And that's basically at this point in my journey what I'm looking for. I gave it an 8 out of 9. And as far as smoothness, it's just a smooth stick. Right towards the end, it's getting a little bit of that. The retrohale is there, but the mouthfeel is just a little bit bitter. I gave it a 7 out of 8. As far as the finish goes, again, it's that mouthfeel. It's just a little bit charry, and yet the savoriness of the wrapper is still there. I think that's what kind of saves the finish for me, is that wrapper, that Cameroon wrapper. It has such a savory taste to it. And then the speed of the burn, 5 out of 5. This thing is just steady Eddie. I could chooch on it and I could just back off of it, and it just burns. It just continues to just be solid. Again, this cigar is a pleasure to smoke. So as far as overall impression, we're looking at 31 out of 36. This cigar, when I first did it, I did an 8 out of 8. I gave it a 92. Yeah, to me it falls right in there between 89, 90-ish on an average for a couple of smokes. But the question, what is the question? By the way, earlier I said it was 27 rings. Hello, it's a 47 ring gauge, okay? I want to make sure I clarify that, because the first after I finished the video before this, cutting them together, I said 27. No. But the question is, would I buy a box of these? I have an unopened box of these in my cellar that have been there since early fall, and they're just seasoning. I probably have 3 or 4 more of these, so it'll be a while before I'm into that box. Nice cigar. I mean, anybody that you've seen smoke an Arturo Fuente, the 858 series, whether it's a Candela like I sent to Luke Cincinnati Piper, or the Natural, or the Madero, they're just, you can't beat that series, and it's been around forever. So price point on this for a single stick is going to range on smoking pipes about $6.20 for a single stick. If you buy a box, it's going to be about $5.75. For this smoke, I mean, this is a $10 cigar smoke. Now, granted, it's a Robusto size, so it's not. Actually, it's just a little bit longer than a Robusto. I'd call it a good 6-inch cigar. So very nice. Arturo Fuente Flor Fina 858 Natural. That is the Natural, is the Cameroon wrapper. And if you want to smoke magic, you can't go wrong with that cigar. Mel Harris, Garbagemanpiper, rating the Arturo Fuente 858 Natural Cameroon. Sweet chicken baby. Y'all be safe out there.